Hey everybody. So you guys have been working really hard on your American Revolution books. So what we're going to focus on today is making sure that our nonfiction books have text features, okay? Because that's what authors of nonfiction do, okay? So in this lesson, I'm going to go over 3 text features that I think are important. But at the end of this lesson, if you feel like you want to add something different, go ahead, okay? So the first one is that we see a lot in nonfiction books is bolded words with a glossary, okay? And the reason that authors include bold words in their writing is to let you know that these words are important to the topic and also words that you might not know related to the topic, okay? So you'll notice here that I wrote that the words that they choose to include are important to the topic, okay? They have to relate. So look what I did down here, right? Let's say you're writing an informational book about cats, okay? You would not bold words like apples or basketball or banana in your book because they don't have anything to do with cats. If you were writing a book about cats and you included something about whiskers or the word feline, now maybe you would bold these and put them in your glossary, okay? So a glossary, bold words in a glossary look something like this. In your writing, you'll have your bolded word over here. At the end of your book, you're going to create a glossary. Here you have to include all the bolded words that you have in your book with the definition, okay? You don't want to necessarily, you can come up with your definition or you can look back at some of our readings on the American Revolution and get your definition from there. It's up to you. Okay, so that's one option. You guys can add in some bold words with a glossary. Another text feature is a sidebar. Okay, a sidebar is usually included in nonfiction so that it can give interesting or fun facts about the topic. It should add information to your topic, okay? A sidebar shouldn't be repeated information of what you already have, okay? So for example, if you were writing an informational book about bones, okay, you might include a sidebar here, looks something like this, of fun facts about the bone, okay? About bones, sorry. So you can choose to include a sidebar in your American Revolution book, okay? So if you're writing about Paul Revere, you might include some interesting or fun facts that people don't know about Paul Revere, okay? All right, oops, not in the present mode. All right, the last one that I'm gonna leave you with is a photograph or an illustration with a caption. So a photograph is what something looks like and is taken with a camera, whereas an illustration is usually a drawing, okay? But you must include a caption if you're going to include pictures, okay? And a caption is something that is under the picture or above the picture, next to the picture, that explains what a photograph or illustration is about, okay? So here are some examples, right? If you're doing a book on brains, right? This is a side view of the human brain. Here's your photograph, here's your caption. If you're doing something about chimpanzees, right? Here's your photograph and here's your caption, okay? So you can also get creative with it, okay? So here's your task. Your task is to add all 3 of these text features to your chapter 1 and 2 combined of your American Revolution book. I created a checklist for you. You can't actually check it off, but you can mentally check it off. I want you to add at least 5 bolded words total throughout your chapter 1 and 2 and make a glossary page at the end of your book with the definitions. I want you to add at least 1 sidebar somewhere in your book, okay? And add at least 1 photograph or illustration with a caption explaining what was going on, okay? So I'm going to show you how I might tackle this assignment, okay? And I'm sorry if this lesson is a little bit longer than usual. This is important, okay? So pay attention. You have to access your book again, okay? So you have to go into classwork. You guys have to go to your class drive folder. You're gonna click on it And when it brings you here, you're going to search for My American Revolution book, and it will come up, okay? You're going to click on it. That's the one that you're going to continue to edit, okay? So I saved mine here, okay? So let's take a look at it. Let me move myself out the way. All right, so the first thing that Ms. Quintero wants me to do is add some bold words. So let me look through my work and think about what are some of the important words that readers need to know or might need a definition for, okay? So the Revolutionary War didn't begin. However, there were plenty of problems. French and Indian War, Great Britain. King George now had, well, you know what? I'm gonna actually bold debt. I'm gonna bold it, and then I'm going to scroll down to the end of my book. I'm gonna click this plus sign over here. That's gonna add a new page. I'm gonna title it Glossary, and I'm gonna add the first one, debt, okay? Debt is money that someone owes, okay? It's important to my book that people know what debt is because it's one of the big problems that King George had after the war, okay? Let me keep going. King George ruled the colonists from England. Well, someone reading this might not know what colonists are, and I think you and I can both agree colonists are very important in the American Revolution. So I'm going to bold that. I'm going to go to my glossary. Usually it's in alphabetical order, so I'm going to put colonist for debt, okay? So colonists were people who settled in the New World and were controlled by England, okay? All right, so I'm gonna keep going through my work and bolding any words that I think need to be added to my glossary, things that are important to my topic, okay? I'm gonna stop there just for time's sake, but you would go through your chapter 2 and try to add in at least 5, okay? If you can. If you can't, it's okay. It's effort that counts. All right. Now, what was the next thing that Ms. Quintero said we needed to add? Let me go back. Oh, that's right. We need to add a sidebar. So I need to think, where would a good place for a sidebar be? Well, chapter 1 is all about the American Revolution. I could do some fun facts or interesting facts about that, but I think I'm actually going to do it in my chapter 2, Causes of the Boston Tea Party. So watch what I do here. I'm going to click to edit my text box. I'm going to make this a little smaller. And now here, this little box right here that has a T on it, that's a text box. So you can create your own. So it'll look something like this. Okay. Here I'm going to do fun facts. Fun facts about the Boston Tea Party. Because I actually read something earlier. And you guys, you might have to Google this information, right? That's totally fine. Fun facts about the Boston Tea Party. I actually read earlier that, let me add it here. The Boston Tea Party actually wasted almost $1 million. Why am I capitalizing that? $1 million worth of tea. Isn't that insane? $1 million today, right? So the Boston Tea Party actually wasted almost $1 million worth of tea. That's a lot of money, okay? And then maybe I'm gonna research another fun fact, okay? So now I have my sidebar. And the last thing that Ms. Quintero said we should add to our books is a photograph or illustration with a caption, okay? So I have to think about what would I want to include. Well, my chapter 2 is all about the Boston Tea Party, so I think I might Google some photographs. Let me see. Photos of Boston Tea Hmm. So I think I want one that kind of shows readers exactly what was happening. I kind of like this one here. Oops, because it kind of shows them throwing the tea. So I'm just gonna right click. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna go back to my book. I'm gonna put this on this. Where can I put this? I'm gonna have to make this smaller. And you guys can, edit your work. You can add more pages, feel free to play around with the fonts. Okay. I'm gonna paste my photograph. Okay. Yikes. Let's make this a little smaller. Sorry guys. Okay. And now I'm gonna add a caption. Now, if you need help, in the way again. If you need help adding a caption, you can add another text box. So you'll go to the little T over here, create a little box on the bottom, and then it will allow you to type. So here I might say something like, Sons of Liberty disguised themselves as Native Americans and threw 342 chests of tea into the Boston Harbor. Okay, so here I kind of showed you what was happening in this picture. Or I explained to you rather what was happening in this picture, and now I have my caption. Okay, and now my page actually looks like a nonfiction book page, right? I have a photograph, I have captions, I have a little sidebar over here. Okay, so the point of today's lesson is let's make these books actually look like books now, okay? This is the fun part, right? I want you guys thinking about text features that you can add if you want to, sorry, I spelled this word wrong. If you want to add other text features, that's totally fine. The more text features, the better the grade. So work hard. Let me know if you guys have any questions. All right, bye.